Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free to the 25 to the 30 to the outside. 40 midfield. 40 30 to the coast. 20 15 Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome, Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page, go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well, so that Sports Zone Chicago should be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. You're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell that's next to it. That'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, baby. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. All right? So here's what you do. Wherever you get your apps from, just go there. And it doesn't matter where you get them from. It doesn't matter if it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworth, Weebolts, Goldblatts. It doesn't matter. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Do us a solid, yeah? Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. All right, put us there next to the big boys. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Prime, HBO Max, Apple Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Oh, man, Stars was good this weekend. Raising Canaan, yay. Put us there and you can watch us on the big screen. Hell, run the big screen right, Mickey, now. You can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shive, at CHI, at Sports Zone Shive. If you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Guys, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's our YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around, and that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. I like the Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check it out. The chat is jumping already early in the morning. My man Cornelius Squall checking in. What up, Sports Zoners? He said, I'm not in a good mood this morning because the moron in the White House is destroying our pension funds. A lot of people said he'd be doing a lot of craziness, and no one believed him. Oh, well, but it's going to turn around. He's a businessman. It'll turn around. Shawn Walsh checking in, said, what up on a House Music Monday morning, peeps? Yeah. My girl Yvette Lee checking in. What's up, my much? Says, happy House Music Monday, y'all. Yes, happy House Music Monday. Yes. Get on the donkey. Get on the donkey. Black Diamond checking in. It's top of the morning. Rick Gonzalez, enjoy that game Friday. Oh, snap. My man is back in town, baby. Or he's back in the fold. Jay Grizz in the house said, just bring it, baby. Well, I'm bringing it. SuperBack. Go, come. Go. Why got to start off with that nonsense? Why got to start off with that nonsense, bro? What the hell? Steve-O, stop your nonsense. Couldn't even finish the sweep yesterday, damn it. You had baseball, one of baseball's best teams, 7-0 coming into Wrigley. You laid the smack down on their candy asses Friday and Saturday, and you let them off the hook. And we let them off the hook. You let them off the hook yesterday. You let them off the hook. All right, Black Diamond, don't start blaspheming on here, bro. Don't do it. No, do not give Steve any more fucking ideas. No, Jay Grizz, no. At least I guess love, Shawn. Oh my goodness. Hey, I told you Jump Street before the season started. Your rotation was good. Your rotation was nice. That bullpen. Some question marks in that bullpen, but we'll talk about that. All right. Hey, don't encourage him, Black Diamond. Stop. Don't do that, bro. Steve, you did.
Baseball season's underway.
Oh, my skin's crawling.
Get ready for a brand new day.
Stop it.
Chicago, what do you say?
Shorty's in the house. What up, Mr. Shorty? He says, top of the morning to you. Man, we got a lot to talk, man. It was a fun-filled weekend. Sports galore. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Steve-O said that's what the people want. Oh, so you're a man of the people now. You're a man for the people. Jay Grizz is rocking to this, boy. You guys are kicking it off big time on a Monday, and I love it. Only bad thing about it is it makes the show go so fast. And I love talking to you guys. I love kicking it with you for 2 hours. I really, really, really do. Man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Started with Friday. Cubs and White Sox both started 3-game sets. The Cubs were at their home opener. And, yeah. No, the Cubs were Thursday. Yeah, the Cubs Thursday. Sorry, the White Sox Friday. The White Sox were in Detroit. Cubs up on the north side. We have that to talk. Blackhawks, Bulls. A lot of great news coming out of the Bulls camp. I love it. James Ford checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for checking in today. I appreciate it. Blackhawks. Man, the Blackhawks were about to be on the bad end of history on Saturday, boy. Let me tell you. Woo, Charlie. It was a Friday. Man, didn't want to see that. Thank God it didn't happen. That's crazy. Crazy. One of the most, what people considered one of the most unbreakable records was broken yesterday in New York. The New Yorkers got to see it. Man, that was nuts. Woo, Charlie. That was crazy. So we'll talk about that. If you saw the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Alexander Ovechkin, 895 goals, surpasses the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And that hurts. I didn't want him to break it, and I'm being selfish because growing up, I loved Gretzky. He was my second favorite player after Dennis Savard. And I got to meet Dennis Savard plenty of times. Remember, I was an Andy Frayne usher. You should know this by now. Dennis Savard was my favorite Chicago Blackhawk, favorite hockey player. And Wayne Gretzky was second. And loved to see Gretzky work. And what's funny is I used to watch it all the time on ESPN, the Edmonton Oilers dynasty. It was crazy. And I never thought anyone would beat his goal scoring record. So I'm a little sad about it. Because it lets you know that was what's been, he held the record for 31 years, I want to say. 31, 32 years, 30 plus years, he held that record. 31, he got it in 94. And it hurt. Hats off to Alex Ovechkin. Come on, man, because that is a crazy, crazy, crazy number. So we're going to talk about that today as well. Okay, and we're going to talk about the similarities and how so closely aligned those two guys are in regard to their goal scoring. What a coincidence. How it's amazing. 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 Then the boys are back in town, baby. Cue it up. The boys are back in town. Cue up the bus boys, Steve-O. Cue up the bus boys. The boys are back in town. The Bears are back at Hallis Hall to begin off-season workouts. They're not on the field yet, just meetings and weightlifting. We're going to talk about that. The Bears are in the building. So there's a lot to talk, man. So as our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson used to say, sit back, relax, and strap it down. So we got a lot to talk about, baby. And I'm fired up to talk sports with you guys. I know you Mother Hubbard's going to keep this jumping. Chat is going to be jumping. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Let's see, which one do I want to do first? Which way do we go first? Okay, we'll do that one. All right, guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
First top of the morning topic. Let's get it cracking. The NCAA men's tournament. The Final Four was Saturday. 2 games on Saturday in a huge upset, in my opinion. Houston beats Duke 70-67. Duke was up with 50 seconds to go. They were up 5-7, something like that. There was a 91% win probability for Duke at the 50-second mark, and Houston came back to beat them. Hit a couple key threes, got a steal, a couple key threes, a dunk, free throws, and it was insane. Insane. They walked off the court shell-shocked, and here's the problem that I have. One, I don't think Duke respected Houston's gangster. I don't think they respected him. I think they felt they had it won. That's what happens when you don't have a true point guard. And 2, you don't have a guard who's in his 3rd or 4th year. a veteran guard would have settled them down and been able to run out the clock. He would have ran the show and had the clock run out. Duke, this is what you see a lot of times. This is why so often every year up until this year, so many mid-majors, there were so many upsets because you get so many teams with guards who are there in their third and fourth or fifth year who have experience, who are calm, and can settle a team down when another team goes on a run or gets on a heater. And the Duke team didn't have that guy. They don't have a true point guard, but they didn't have any real leaders that are juniors and seniors. Stars are pretty much freshmen. And I think I don't think they gave them the proper respect that they deserve because Houston, that defense is smothering. And I think they really got overwhelmed. I think they did. They got overwhelmed by that defense. That should have been a point of emphasis from Jon Scheyer. You know, I wonder because the only way you can, I mean, you had to have practice on Saturday, I would imagine, at least a walkthrough. And I would have liked, I wonder if he had an up-tempo practice. All right, because I doubt they faced a team with a press or with the pressure that Houston could put on you all season long. I doubt they faced a team with that type of pressure. So that would have to have been worked on. Maybe get all super athletic guys in at practice. And you had to come up. Jon Scheyer got our coach. You had to come up with some good out of bounds plays. Out of bounds plays to get people open, to get your guy open. Whoever was one of the better free throw shooters, you had to get him open. And they didn't do that. It was a massive failure. And Duke goes home. Remember, they used to have the third place game. Remember, for those of us, because there's a lot of people who are of my age group, remember they used to have the third place game right before the championship game. And people are like, I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay. So, yeah, that was that. And then Florida. Florida beats Auburn. You saw Charles Barkley going back or being there. You know, he was doing CBS, covering the tournament, men's and women's. Actually, the men's. But he was just on the court side. Remember, Auburn is his alma mater. He was there congratulating the young men as they came off the court. So tonight, the next top of the morning topic, tonight's men's NCAA national title game is number one ranked Houston versus number one ranked Florida in San Antonio, Texas. Tip-off's at 7:50 p.m. You can catch that game on Channel 2 CBS. Wherever you're watching from on CBS. Here's CBS 2. It's going to be one hell of a game. Jon Scheyer should have had flag inbound the ball. In my opinion, he's taller and a much better passer with better decision-making than the dude Scheyer had in there. Yeah, I agree. You got to make sure that ball gets in. But you also, they allowed Houston to stick to them defensively. There weren't any picks being set. They weren't forcing guys to run off screens. Just bad coaching. Bad coaching. So, yeah, that's a tough one because here's the issue. That team's done. All right? In college, especially nowadays, you get one shot and you're done. Very rarely because of the transfer portal, because of people going to the NBA draft, your core is going to be gone. Maluak, Flag, they're gone. They don't get another shot at this. They're gone. They're going to the NBA draft. And who knows who's going to hit the transfer portal from Duke. So this team had one shot and one shot only, and they blew it. The next top of the morning topic, the women's NCAA national title game was yesterday, and man, oh man, was that an ass whooping. For those of you who know me, you know I love me some Dawn Staley. She and I are around the same age. We were in college around the same time. I love her stories from Philly. She used to ball. She was one of the only girl who could hoop with the boys out in Philadelphia. She used to hang with Hank Gathers and Bo Kimball, those two dudes from Philly who ended up going to Loyola Marymount, if you remember. Won a natty as a player, won some gold medals, won some natties as a coach. She's been a straight 5. This was her 5th consecutive Final Four. She's building a hell of a program there, but I believe she got out coached, and I don't think they gave Connecticut enough respect. Connecticut came out like gangbusters. I was very surprised to see a Dawn Staley team come out not as focused as they should have been for a national title game. Very surprised. Okay, you overlook a team. Paige Beckers had a lot to play for. This was her 5th year. Okay, remember she had the redshirt year because she had 2 huge injuries, major injuries. Think of that class that came in. Is it 2020? Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers. Oh, Camila Cardoso as well. That was a hell of a class. And all of them. No, Caitlin Clark didn't win a national title. She did win Player of the Year. What a heck of a class. But I was really upset with the South Carolina women. They weren't prepared. And I don't know how much of that has to do with coaching. I mean, a lot of it has to do with coaching. But also, let's be honest, it all falls on the players. How focused were you? See, I think, and I got a little leery last week on Friday when after they won and they prior to the Final Four, I think it might have been Thursday night. They were interviewing Dawn Staley and she was talking about Paige Beckers, and they were saying, she says, I want to tread lightly on this one. She goes, basically what she said was her greatness doesn't revolve around her not winning a title. I'm like, yeah, it's a little too early because she still could win a title of beating you guys. And I don't know if Paige Beckers took that to heart. I don't know if Dawn Staley was intimating that South Carolina was going to beat them and Paige Beckers would not get a title. And maybe Paige Beckers or Gio Auriemma, he used it as fodder. He used it as bulletin board material, insinuating that Paige Beckers wasn't going to win one. Her greatness wasn't dependent on her winning, on her not having a title. And they were just overwhelmed. Not the South Carolina team we saw on Friday, not the South Carolina team we saw all year. They just got their ass handed to them big time. And you saw Dawn Staley on the sideline. They caught her screaming, fuck. She was so mad. And I think she might have been mad at herself because I think she might not have had her players ready. Because there was no fight in them. There was no eye of the tiger. You saw Connecticut, they were on a mission. And this is the thing that bugs me to get to that point. Now you want to chill? Now you want to go easy on a team they just won 11? They've won 11. Connecticut has won 11 national championships, women national championships, the most in the history of college basketball, men or women. 11. And you have the audacity to not give them the proper respect that they deserve, to not respect the game enough to come out and be focused. Many of them thought it was just a walk in the park. They just thought it was academic. They're gonna come out and win, and Connecticut was gonna bow down. Well, Connecticut had something else in mind. And it was embarrassing. And I think that's why one of the reasons that Dawn Staley was cussing like a sailor on the sideline, because her girls weren't ready. That's on her. But also, you got some seniors on that squad who needed to step up and make sure your teammates are ready. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Yes, Paige is a beast. Paige Beckers is a beast. You don't like Gino, Michonne? Why not? I like Gino. I mean, he's a little arrogant, but he's very fundamentally sound. I love. I mean, listen, bro. You've been somewhere 39 years. You win 12 national championships. The 12 national championships that UConn has are all because of Gino. The most. He's beaten Pat Summitt. She has 8. Kim Mulkey, she's got 4. Dawn Staley, she's got 3. He's got the most titles. The winningest coach in college basketball. I understand why he has a little bit of an attitude, an air of maybe arrogance about it. But I like Gino Auriemma. I like him. I like him a lot. To do something like that with a program up in Connecticut, who the hell wants to go to Connecticut? I ain't shit to do up there. It's not like it's New York. It's not like it's Southern Cal. It's not like he got the shot at Connecticut. He built the program there. He made Storrs, Connecticut, a place to go for young high school women. He made it a place to be. He made them champions. And what was crazy, this was the first time that they've been back since 2015, I want to say. The last 2015, 2016, the last time they won a title. It's been 9 years, I think it was. So Cornelius Squall says, when you consistently get the best players, then you should have the most championships. And he does. But how do you consistently get the best player? You've got to build a team. You've got to build a culture. And he's done that. He's done that. But it's been 9 years. It was 9 years since he last won it. But anyway, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we definitely have more. We have more top of the morning topics. So don't go anywhere, folks. I got to get the warden off to CrossFit. So keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Here's Strong, the talented freshman, guarded by Kidd. Strong, poised at the cup. The National Freshman of the Year. Here's Kitts trying to work Strong. Kitts to the hook. Able to drop it in.
Early, her minutes were limited as a result.
Here's Beckers, guarded by Kitts. Beckers trying to dance around her. What a move from Paige Buckets. Strong, oh, what a finish. Reversing it home. And there's the buzzer. It's an even dozen for Gino Auriemma and Connecticut. The final page in the book of Beckers is title number 12 for UConn.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of ESPN. That was it. Man, that was an ass whooping of the nastiest kind on the biggest stage. Very frustrated for my girl Dawn Staley and her South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. Funny to say that, Lady Gamecocks, but I'm just being silly. The next time the morning topic, the Bulls, baby, only the Bulls.
With the leaving two.
Bulls, sorry, I hit the wrong one. What was I thinking? This is what I wanted right here, silly. Bulls beat the Charlotte Hornets 131-117. Kobe White led the way with 37 points. Josh Giddey, Mr. Flirt with a double-double every game. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 8 dimes. Josh Giddey's earning himself more money. Nikola Vucevic, Mr. Walking double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Kevin Huerter, 13 points, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. Bulls are 12-4 in their last 16 games. These boys are playing, baby. They're playing. And I like it. I like it a lot. Next time of the morning topic. Tomorrow, the Bulls travel to the land to face the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Net or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. The next top of the morning topic, man, I was so happy. This is dope. Dope. Bulls head coach Billy Donovan elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame for the class of 2025. Wow. For those of you who don't remember, all right, he was Billy the Kid. For those of you who don't remember, he's a bad Mother Hubbard at Providence. He's a bad man. He had the Providence Friars with the Converse weapons. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. He wore the Converse weapons back at Providence. The black with the white. Yes. Took him to the Final Four, man. I'll tell you what, this dude was no joke as a basketball player. Got into coaching. Led Florida to back-to-back national championships. And I'll tell you what, couldn't happen to a better guy. Not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people, even the people here on this thread who follow me regularly, don't like Billy Donovan. But congratulations to him. You saw after the game yesterday, they showered him with water bottles, got him all wet. But I'm happy for him. What an honor. What an honor it is to be elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. And he was talking about it. He was saying, he said, quote, I still need time to probably process it all because you're sitting there at the announcement ceremony on Saturday. Then walk up there, Julius Erving is there, Mike Krzyzewski's there. You're sitting there with Carmelo, Anthony, and Dwight Howard and seeing all these different people, and it's like, wow, I'm in this group of people. What's happening? It's like really hard to comprehend, unquote. So besides Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, and Billy Donovan in the 2025 class, the 2008 U.S. Men's Olympic basketball team was inducted. Sue Bird, Maya Moore, and Sylvia Fowles are in this class. Heat managing general partner Mickey Arison and longtime NBA ref and Chicagoland native Danny Crawford are going into the Hall of Fame as well. That's dope. Let me tell you, I've been named to 2 Hall of Fames, the Mid-States Football League Hall of Fame and the Chicago Thunder Hall of Fame. And let me tell you, it is an honor. Because, let me tell you, nobody goes into whatever sport you're in saying, I want to make the Hall of Fame. You go in because you love the game. I played football because I love it. These guys played basketball because they're gym rats. They love basketball. They don't go into basketball saying, I want to make the Hall of Fame. You go into basketball saying, I want to win titles. And your body of work while you're playing and or coaching puts you in an elite category. So the first time I got inducted into the Mid-States Football League Hall of Fame, man, it was a little ceremony. I forgot where we were at. Man, you talk about humbling. Yeah. Humbling. That my peers, that my opposing coaches, opposing players, opposing general managers, opposing owners respected me and my game enough to put me in there. So I know Billy's got to be ecstatic. He's in the hall with the best of the best, who've ever done it, whoever dribbled the basketball, who's ever coached basketball. I'm extremely, extremely happy for him. I get it. It took me a while to write my speech. It was crazy. Crazy. But moving on. Yesterday was a rough one for the good guys up in Motown. Man, my White Sox got their asses handed to them. They were up 4-1. Gave up 3 in the ninth. The White Sox get swept by Detroit. 5 in a row now. The White Sox have lost. I lost 4-3 yesterday. Martin Perez had a heck of a game. This is a quality start, baby. 6 1/3 innings. 4 hits, 1 earned run. 2 walks, 4 punch-outs. Tice, he was 1 for 3 with his second RBI. Andrew Vaughn 1 for 4 with an RBI, his 5th. And Amaya had an RBI, his first of the season. Our bullpen let us down as well, Cub fans. So we had a couple of games. I think we're reeling. That second game with Minnesota after we won the first one, where they had Shane Smith in there, and they took him out, and the reliever gave up 4 consecutive hits, all with 2 outs. I think that's carried over, and this team is not very good right now. So Sox have an off day today, but Tuesday, the next top of the morning topic, the Sox travel to the land as well. They're going to be in Cleveland, just like the Bulls. They start a 3-game set tomorrow against the Guardians. The probables, Shane Smith, who's 0-0 with a 3.18 ERA versus Ben Lively, who's going to be on the bump for the Guardians. He's 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. Hope Shane Smith has another good outing. He had a really good outing last week, game 2 against the Twins. And then Murphy comes in and gave up the 2 walks, allowed the 2 walks to score. Those 2 runs were attributed to Shane Smith. Otherwise, he'd have a 0.00 ERA as well. Keeping it moving. The next top of the morning topic, man, there's a lot of them. Woo-wee! Cubbies. We got a lot of Scrub fans here in this chat. Cubs lost to the Padres 8-7 yesterday. Could not complete the sweep. Ben Brown, he got a no decision. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 punch-outs. Nico Horner, 3 for 4 with a double, his first, driving in his 6th run of the year. Kyle Tucker just is a monster, bro. 2 for 4, hitting his 5th home run of the season, driving in his 13th, 14th, and 15th runs of the season. Justin Turner had an RBI, his 3rd of the young season. Tonight, the Cubs host the Texas Rangers, or the Tetas. Did you guys see that baseball hat where it had Texas, but it had the big T, so it's spelled Tetas? It looked like Tetas, Tetas. How many of you saw that baseball hat? Would Mike Allstott, being from Joliet Catholic, be considered for the Chicago high school? No, but they would probably have the Illinois State High School. Illinois State High School, he would make that. No, Jay Grizz, Russell Maryland was older than me. He was 4 or 5 years older than me. No. King Booker World, look at this. This is what I love, man. When we make mistakes, you come out like a man, like I have. I backpedal. I've had to say, hey, I apologize. Most recently to Josh Giddey. King Booker World says, I ain't a Billy guy, but credit where credit is due. Congrats on the induction. He is a real coach. Man, yeah. Cornelius Squall says, the way the Bulls are playing, now he's made me change my opinion of his coaching. Yeah, look at that. It's tough when you got to eat crow, man. I know. Jay Grizz says the company's going to cut the check for Kyle Tucker ASAP. Well, listen. It wasn't a top of the morning topic, but let's talk about it. Let me get this down. I don't know if you heard. You heard me? Vladimir Guerrero, 14 years, $500 million extension by the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's where we're starting. That's where the Kyle Tucker things start. $500 million. How many years? That's the question. Because Kyle Tucker's 2 years older than Vlad. I think Vlad's 26. So he'll play till he's 40. You want to you're going for a 10-year deal with Kyle Tucker? 8-year deal with Kyle Tucker? What do you want? Is he a $40 million, $50 million a year guy? 8 times 50 is 4. 45, $450 million. I don't think he'll go 7 for 70. That's $490 mil. Are you willing to go 10 for 5? Or are you literally just acknowledging he's a rental? A 1-year rental? Is that what you're doing? So I agree with you, Jay Grizz. You cut that check for this joker right now. Right now. Ain't no punk. He ain't no punk. Did I do that? King Booker World talked about the bullies. He said sometimes addition by subtraction is real. Oh yeah, it is. But let's not downplay the additions they got. It's not downplay. You can't downplay Josh Giddey. You can't downplay Zach Collins. You cannot downplay Kevin Huerter. Those guys are big. And let's not get it twisted. Okay, see, when everyone says, oh, man, we won the trade, we fleeced them. No, we didn't fleece them. Oklahoma City's got the best record in the NBA. Now, you also got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA. But you don't think a lot of it has to do with their defense? Did you watch the Oklahoma City Bulls game last week? Caruso brings a mentality to wherever he goes. And I don't understand why more teams don't understand. The better defense you play, the easier, the greater number of easy buckets you get. I don't understand that. Why Golden State, remember? Golden State in their heyday. Had the highest points per game in the league, and we're number one in defense. No one talked about their defense. They talked about Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers. That's all they talked about. Just shooting from everywhere. They never mentioned their defense. And the defense was ranked number one in the NBA. Draymond Green was a vital part. Andre Iguodala, a vital part. Shawn Livingston, a vital part in that first title for the Warriors, for that group. Keep it moving, baby. The next top of the morning topic, Blackhawks down the Pittsburgh Penguins yesterday, 3-1 at the United Center. Knight stopped 28 of 29 shots. Rookie Frank Nazar lit the lamp for the 9th time this season. Mikheyev lit the lamp for his 19th and 20th times this year. The 20th was an empty netter. Assist on the day. Teravainen, his 42nd of the season. Connor Bedard, his 40th. Rinzel, his first. Captain Nick Foligno, his 19th. And Veleno, his 8th. Now the Hawks are playing a back-to-back because tomorrow the Hawks are traveling to Pittsburgh to face these same Penguins. Puck drop is at 6 p.m. Central. And sorry, that is a typo. It's 6 p.m. Central, and the game is not on CHSN. The game is on the U. The game is on the U. And here's the crazy part. Why? What is going on with this nonsense? What the hell is going on? You know, I'm wondering why this is happening. This is a joke right now. This is a joke. What's happening with Comcast with Chicago Sports Net. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Should have just, goodness gracious, great ball of fire. I should have. Let me see. No, that's not that one. That's here. Nope. Shawn, he's real active with me on Twitter. Oh, yeah, it's from Jason. This came out on Thursday. Chicago Sports Network announced today that the Chicago Blackhawks game against the Pittsburgh Penguins on Tuesday, April 8th will air live on the Weigel Broadcasting Company's The U. That's WCIU. The night will include Blackhawks Countdown live at 5:30 p.m. Central, followed by Puck Drop at 6 p.m. and wrapping up with a Blackhawks post-game live. It says Weigel is excited to broadcast a primetime Chicago Blackhawks game to an over-the-air television audience, a fast-growing segment of America's television households, said Steve Farber, Senior Vice President of Weigel. We are grateful to partner on this with the Chicago Sports Network to help reach as many fans as possible. It says the U, which is WCIU, is seen on Channel 26.1, Xfinity 183/1028, Down TV 6, Dish 26, DirecTV 23, Spectrum Charter 2022/16, Uverse 10/1010, and YouTube. The rest of the Blackhawk games this season will be broadcast on Chicago Sports Net. So what are they doing? Are they trying to get you? They trying to entice you to show you a game on free TV so you can? Oh man, I want to go get Chicago Sports Net. $20 for one team, $30 for all three a month. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. That ain't gonna happen, Captain. That ain't gonna happen, Captain. Listen, we got to take another break, man. Fast, baby, fast. Comments are coming in. Left quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't worry. Flavor vision ain't blurry. All right, let's get another quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll talk a little baseball. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here, Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
They got to work quickly here. 5 to shoot. Shawn, a stutter step, takes it inside for the deuce. Sharp is met and clubbed. No good! Flag got his hand on it. Oh, we got flag over the top. It is. And now it's going to be 1-1 for Houston. Get it in. Knipple. 15 seconds left. Now it's flag. Makes his move. Flag. Back in. Flag. Short. Rebounded by Houston. You got a foul. Got a foul. 3 points. Long one. James. Knocked away. Knipple. Back outside. Proctor tosses it up. It's no good. The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of CBS. That was it, man. That was it. That was upset. I believe that was a huge upset in my opinion. Yeah. I just don't think. I think there was a couple of factors involved. One, you still got a young head coach in John Shire. You've got no true point guards on that Duke team. You have no true leaders on that team. They're all young. They're all, the core was freshmen. So there's nobody to settle them down. No cagey vet on that team. And, I think that's what got them. That's what got them. They were in a situation. They had it. And hats off to Houston for believing in themselves, never giving up, and for continuing just to put the pressure. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, remember, and this goes across all sports. Remember last week when I talked about, or I have been talking about baseball, when I talked about being fundamentally sound. Remember that? Remember, I even said one time before, I said it doesn't matter what sport you're talking about. If you have poor defense up the middle, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, you have poor defense up the middle, you're not going to be a good team. Okay? And then when I referred to baseball and I talked about bunting, and I said, what did I say? Remember, I said, stress the defense. Stress them. Put them in uncomfortable positions on the baseball diamond. Well, the same thing was what Houston did the same thing. They stressed the offense, trying to get the ball in. Their defense was very stressful. Overplaying passing lanes, really getting physical with Duke players. Being blanketed, being connected at the hip with Duke players, especially on that inbound play. All right, they put the pressure on them. You put pressure on people, and you see what happens. Pressure bursts pipes, or pressure creates diamonds, one or the other. And Duke's pipe burst. Stress put teams in uncomfortable positions. And that's exactly what Houston did. There's no denying Duke is a much more talented team. No denying that whatsoever. They're individually, some of their parts, Duke is better up and down that roster as a team. But you know what? Houston came and they had more grit. They had more desire. They had more want to. The thing I saw Houston playing with a lot of passion. I didn't see Duke playing with passion. Duke was playing with skill, which most times equals a W for them. When you get a team that's skilled, not as skilled as Duke, but skilled, and the one thing they do is they are relentless on the defensive end, that's a great combination. Well, depends on what side of who you're rooting for. It's a great combination for a team. It's a deadly combination for their opponents. It turned into a deadly one for Duke. All right, they believed in themselves. They believed in this. That's my kind of basketball. Physical. Okay. Defensive. Because it's beautiful. See, and Cooper Flagg had a last shot. He just missed it. When it all came down, he had a last shot, a fadeaway jumper. He missed it. He's probably made that shot a million times in practice. But let's not forget, Cooper Flagg's only supposed to be a senior in high school. He reclassified early to get into college early. He's only supposed to be a senior in high school. So was the moment too big for him? Maybe. Sphincters tighten at that point? Maybe. But you got to give him credit because he took that last shot. They knew it. Everybody knew it. But like Jimmy Chickwood from Hoosiers, I'll make it. I'll make it. And Cooper Flagg went at him. Dude from Houston didn't back down. The thing I like about Houston, they don't give a damn. I don't care who you are. They understand that their brand of basketball, their defense, travels. You might not be able to hit a three all the time. The shot might not fall all the time. But defense, that travels. And hats off to Kelvin Sampson for not allowing that defense to ease up. Holding those young men accountable, and hats off to them because they hold themselves accountable as a team. They hold themselves accountable. They want all that smoke. You got the best player? Bet. See what you got. See what you got. Because we got the best defense. Best player versus best defense. What you thought? And I can guarantee you, Walter Clayton Jr. is going to have a long night tonight. They better have him coming off of 2 and 3 screens. It better be the Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, early Steph type of game. Because they're gonna put the clamps on Walter Clayton Jr. They will let anyone else on Florida beat him. If anyone else on Florida can beat him, I guarantee they good job. But Walter Clayton Jr., you are not going to beat us. It's going to be a great game. And Florida entered the national semifinals. This is according to Stephen Hawkins from the Associated Press. Stephen Hawkins, that's funny. Not the genius. He passed away. But Florida entered the national semifinals ranked number 2 in adjusted offensive efficiency by scoring 129.1 points per 100 possessions. And Clayton had his second consecutive 30-point game. Him and Larry Bird are in rare company. Those two. Only 2 players in the history of the NCAA's tournament to score 30-plus points in the Elite 8 and in the Final 4 game. Those 2 games. So talk about Florida's offense. Well, how about this? The Cougars' defense will rank first in adjusted defensive efficiency at 87.4 points per 100 possessions. Or one of only four schools, all the teams that made the Final 4, to rank among the top 10 in offense and defense. Houston was at 123.9 points per 100 possessions to rank 10th. So Houston is playing physical. They're playing inspired. And they get it done at both ends of the court. Top 10 offense, top defense. And Florida's going to have to find a way to get Walter Clayton Jr. some looks. Coming off screens, 2 or 3 screens, get him going to the hole, pick and roll. Whatever you got to do, they got it. But man, Houston is active, switching on screens. And the thing is, they're all athletic. You may switch and get a big guy, but that big guy's athletic and can block a shot. That's crazy. Houston is on, still according to Stephen Hawkins, Houston is on an 18-game winning streak, and it's its first national championship game since 83 and 84, back-to-back appearances during the Phi Slamma Jamma era. Phi Slamma Jamma. That's Akeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Larry Mr. Mean Mishaw. Yes. First time they're in a national championship game in 41 years. How nutso is that? How nutso is that? And Florida's going back for the first time to the championship game since 06-07. They're back-to-back wins, back-to-back titles. Remember, Houston hasn't won one. They had back-to-back appearances. They lost in 83 and 84. I want to say 83 was at Georgetown because Mike won it in 82. One of them was, maybe 83 was to, NC State. Derek Wittenberg with the shot, Lorenzo Charles with the catch and the dunk. And Florida's going back to the title game for the first time since winning back-to-back titles in 06-07 under the current Bulls Hall of Fame coach, Billy Donovan. That was with Al Horford, our guy Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer. Florida's got an 11-game winning streak going right now. So Houston has an 18-game winning streak. Florida has an 11-game losing streak. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. So this game's going to be fun as hell. Fun as hell. Because you got a team number one in offense, got a team number one in defense, and a team that's number one in defense is number 10 in offense. That's some shit. Let's see something. Oh, yeah, Udonis Haslem was on that team as well. Thank you for reminding me, Jay Grizz. Thank you. On the Florida team he's talking about. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a great one, as a matter of fact. And I don't know if this is what – I highly doubt this is what the networks wanted. I know the networks wanted Cooper Flag. They wanted that Duke aura, the Duke mystique, the weight, the gravity that Duke's name carries. They wanted that for the finals. They might have got a better matchup. Houston is gritty. So is Georgetown in 84, NC State in 83. Derek Charles with the shot. Derek Charles, he reached back. Shot was way before the three. Shot it from deep. It was short. Lorenzo Charles jumps up, gets it, dunks it. Yeah. NC State in 83. You know what? I was in Knoxville, Tennessee. My mom and I had gone to go visit one of her friends. Ella was her name. She used to be my mom's landlord when my mom was single and living here in Chicago. When she moved back to Knoxville, they stayed in touch. So my mom and I went down, and I remember watching that game in Knoxville at the lady's house. Crazy. I was 12 years old. No, I was about to be 12. I was 11 years old. Nuts. But this game's going to be crazy tonight. I'm excited to see it. Don't be surprised if Kelvin Sampson wins his first and Houston's first NCAA title. Florida's got a lot to say about it. Can Florida put the defensive clamp on the defensive screws on Houston? Because Houston don't care if they miss. They're going to keep running and gunning and shooting. But you know what? They're going to stop you. They're going to stop you. Walter Clayton Jr., get ready. I hope you got enough rest yesterday, Papa. Hope they put you in ice bath after the game. Hope you're in a parabolic chamber. Hope you got a massage yesterday on them legs, a good stretch. I hope, because they're going to need you tonight. Because I guarantee you, Houston is going to do everything to stop him from beating them. If he can get 25 plus, Houston, Florida's got a great shot to win. 25 plus. 28, 29, 30, 32, whatever. 25 plus. Florida's got a good shot to win. I'm talking about Clayton Jr. if he can get 25 plus. I'd say more closer to 30, 28, 30. But yeah. It's going to be one heck of a game. One heck of a game. Well, you watching it tonight? You staying at home watching it? You're going to go to a sports bar? You're going to go to a cigar lounge? What are you going to do? I'm going to hit up some of my guys. I got a couple groups of friends, a couple of different group threads, different groups of friends. One from my first grammar school, St. Anne. One from my buddies from high school. my second St. Rita Grammar School that I also went to St. Rita High School. So, and a lot of those guys live out by me. I don't feel like driving all the way into my guy's spot by the United Center. That's a long drive. That's a long drive. So we'll probably stay. I'm thinking about staying out here. Maybe I might hit the cigar lounge across the street. Who knows? I've been wanting to go to a cigar lounge. I need to smoke a cigar, have a little drinky drink. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Just. But where are you going to watch the games tonight? Big time. Where are you watching the game? Rick Gonzalez said, if I didn't have 2 squares, I would not even pay attention to the game. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. How much were your squares? How much were your squares, and how much can you win? King Booker World says, I'm watching it on my bootleg streaming box. Hey, I ain't mad at you, Papa. I ain't mad at you at all. Does that get all the channels, King Book World? Does that get all the channels and pay-per-views and stuff too? Your bootleg streaming box, does it get all the channels and pay-per-view, or how does that work? Keeping it moving. Cubs had opening day this weekend, home opener this weekend. And did a number. Man, it was that over there. Gee. Hold on. Yeah. So the Cubs play on Thursday. I mean on Friday, because I know they played on Thursday. No, so they didn't play on Friday. They played Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Yeah. That would have been good. Good for you guys to be able to get that sweep. Ooh, a hundo. $100 a square. Okay. Oh, so you do get everything, but it just depends on how it feels that day. I hear you. Hey, so I got a plug. A guy is $25. I got to reactivate it because I stopped because a buddy really didn't give me much info. But it gave me every single channel. It was $20 a month. When I say every single channel, I mean every single channel. Local, national, pay-per-view, $20 a month. Jay Grizz, you say from the hood. He said square. I thought he meant a Newport. Newport 100s. Oh, that's classic. But yeah, I gotta get re-up on that because it has an app, so I put it on my tablet so I can watch. I was able to watch Comcast Sportsnet from anywhere in the country. Yankee Entertainment Network, Nesson, New England Sports Network, Comcast Sportsnet, the Bay Area, whatever. Then they had the local. I could watch channel 2, 5, or 7. Or ABC, CBS, NBC in any major market. Man, I got to get back on that. And the cool part about it is that, like I said, it's an app. So I have it on my phone. I have it on my tablet. So I didn't have to bring my computer. I mean, I usually do bring my computer whenever I travel. But yeah, every station, the cool part is it has your favorites. So you can lock in. I forgot how many favorites you have because we use we're creatures of habit. We tend to do the same thing over and over and over again. You know? Yeah, King Booker World, let me know, bro. My guy Steve-O has a plug as well. If anyone is interested, hit me up. I can get you in contact with Steve-O. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, folks. Ma called, and I'm like, what the hell is she calling for? She should be at CrossFit. She's like, oh, I saw that you called. I'm like, see, did you look at the time and day? I called her, couldn't find her phone this morning. She couldn't find it, so I had to call it. She said she was returning my call. The lady's out of control. Out of control. But yeah, so again, Steve-O, I got a plug. Steve-O's got a plug for a box. So if you're interested, let me know. Hit me up. I can get you in contact with Steve-O. You got to be local. I don't think Steve-O is going to mail it out to Fufu, Egypt, or whatever. I don't know, maybe. I think it much better to be local. Meet up, pick it up, that type of thing. But that's cool, man. I got to get the streaming box. I love it. I'm telling you, when I went to, where did I go last? San Francisco. I was watching it. So, in the movies as well, all the movie channels. So, streaming is the way to go. It's the way to go. But anyway, my White Sox having a rough time. 5 in a row. I told you, I think that loss to Minnesota, it spiraled them. Not that I anticipate them winning 85, 100 games. No. But I think that game that lost to Minnesota really hurt them. It really threw them out of whack. Okay? We got to be able to score runs. We got to have defensive issues yesterday. They gave up how many in the ninth? It was a routine double play. No, that was the Cubs. The Cubs was the routine double play, wasn't it? And Justin Turner missed it, and they ended up scoring. He missed the return, and the guy scored. Defense. And I understand. I get it. You can't always have a great throw. But, man, when you're turning 2, and you have time, don't make your guy stretch. If you're going deep in a hole and you got to come across, or it's a Baltimore chop, and you're still trying to turn 2, I get it. It's fast, quick. You got to get it. We got to turn it in a second. But do your best. You're professionals. Get that ball up so your guy doesn't have to reach and stretch. Or don't throw it into the ground. And you know it's tough. But damn. You're professionals for a reason. Professionals for a reason. My White Sox I hope Will Venable gets comfortable real soon. You know, I hope they get comfortable real soon. All right, my White Sox, the bullpen let us down yesterday. Two one-out walks, singles, and then Spencer Torkelson hit the walk-off double in the ninth. Hey. You watch your mouth there, Black Diamond. You watch your mouth there, buddy. You go spend $500 on Kyle Tucker. Go ahead. Go spend, I'm sorry, $500 million. Excuse me. I said it's 500. Go spend $500 million on Kyle Tucker. Go ahead. What's going to be the better clown show? Us? Or you guys spending all that money on these players, still not winning the division? You know, if you guys don't win the division, I'll be all over Cub fans. All over Cub fans. Yes, Junior. Junior said the last time Florida won was no on the team. Yes. Yes. He was on the back-to-back national championship winning team with Billy Donovan. Yep. Black Diamond got confidence in his boys. Like, we will. He said we will win the division. Okay. We'll see. Because, you know, completely useless by September is what Cub stands for. So we'll see. Stop it, Junior, with your nonsense. Stop with that BS, with that crap. My bullpen. Man, we're really we really have to and it's tough because you don't know who you got. It's so early in the season, you don't know what certain guys can do. They come with a reputation, but one of the things that you got to remember is that bullpens are year to year. You could be locked in and lights out one year, and the next year you're serving up beach balls. Just the way it is. And so you're trying to find, and you can start off slow and then catch a groove. Remember Bobby Jenks. We got Shoto Tengo Takatsu. Shingo Takatsu. We had the Japanese closer for a while. Came in, started off strong. Everyone figured him out in about 3-4 weeks, and I don't know if he was deported or what, but he was I don't think he was on a team at the end of the year in 2005. But that bullpen's killing us. All right, we're getting good performances from the rotation that I said was going to be quietly and good, solid. All right, solid rotation. Not great, not Cy Young Award winning, but solid. And this is where defense comes in. This is where the fundamentals come in. The White Sox just can't do that, and I don't understand why. Well, actually, I do know, because it wasn't drilled in you in spring training. Like next year, I'm going to go, I'll make sure I head out to Arizona. I want to see, what are they doing? I'd like to spend a week, 10 days out there at the beginning. See if I can, with credentials, get out there and watch them on practice. What are you doing? What are you working on? Do you have anyone working on the infield? Do you have guys working on bunting? Because I don't anticipate them all of a sudden being a freaking world beater next year. You're right, Rick. It's going to be a long year for us, Shawn. Get used to it. I know. Yeah, I know. But it might take time. And again, maybe it takes them a month to really buy into getting fundamentally sound. I wish it wouldn't, but there's still the opportunity that it is going to take them a month or so. But once they do, I'll tell you, we're going to win a lot more games than people think. We're going to win a lot more games than we should because of the talent disparity. But when you play fundamentally sound, you're going to keep yourself in games. You're not going to shoot yourself in the foot. And that's where the White Sox have to get to. They're not there yet. As evidenced by the bullpen, as evidenced by missing double plays, turning a double play into a fielder's choice because you can't get the runner at first because you bobble the ball. Man. So we'll see how well these boys do. There's a lot of little young, talented players. I don't think any superstars. We got some talented players on our roster. Just young. It's not even funny, bro. Jay Grizz, it's not even funny, bro. And it was an overhand right hook that got him, not a left hook. Oh, man. Shawn says, old man Reinsdorf refused to sell the socks. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So my guys got 2 more outings. I'm debating if I'm going to go to one of them or both of them. I'll tell you, I might even go to the crosstown up in Wrigley. Just so I'm still not giving Reinsdorf any money. I just might. Go to the crosstown up in Wrigley. Hang out at my boy spot and up at Wrigleyville. Talk shit to all my Cub fan friends. Dude, they hate me. When I come, they hate me. All my Cub, when they see me up, when I'm up there for a Cubs game at Output Wrigleyville, they hate me. You know what I should do? Me, Junior, and Mondo, his son, are on the thread. I should go get some KY jelly and just pass it out. Or just like, hey, who needs this? I go to a Cubs game. Who needs this? Oh my goodness. I'm surprised they're not a sponsor. Shawn says if you go, be careful of the poison ivy. Oh man. I do got to go to a Sox game, and a couple guys like Bucks, I have him on here a lot. We met at the Sox game last year, so he wants to meet up there. And I got a couple other people that want to meet up at a Sox game, so I might have to do it. I think I'll go on a secondary market and get the tickets cheaper, much cheaper. So, hey, let's switch gears. Talk little Bears. I'm fired up, baby. The Bears are back in town. The road to the Super Bowl begins today. All right. I am fired up about this. So, according to Patrick Finley in the Chicago Sun-Times, he's talking about on Monday, Bears players will get to see what all the excitement was about when they report to Hallis Hall for the first day of the team's offseason workout program. Phase 1, which lasts 2 weeks, limits the players to meetings, rehab, and strength and conditioning. But it will be the first time, however, that they're all in the same building with Johnson and his coaching staff. So they're not going to be on the grass, meetings, rehab if you're hurt, and in that weight room. Two weeks. But just to have them back in town, knowing that they're back in town has got me excited. And it should have you excited as well. Anything that has to do with football gets me excited. Anything that has to do with Bears football gets me very excited. So they're gonna have to go through a lot of stuff. All right. What did Ben Johnson say? Ben Johnson says, quote, "You go back to the basics. It's the fundamentals of the quarterback position. What's our footwork going to look like under center, from the shotgun? What are we calling the formations? What's the defensive identification going to look like? So that we're all speaking the same language. We've got to get on the same page because it'll be a little bit different for him than what he experienced last year. If we can mesh together and start speaking the same language, that's when things will really start to take off," unquote. So he's got to learn that new language. He's got to learn, dropbacks. Rhythm and timing for under center and in shotgun. Remember, one of my biggest criticism with Justin was in the shotgun, his three-step drop was very lazy. It was 1, 2, 3. It was one small crossover with the left, plant, kind of bobble, bounce a little bit, and then throw. And I remember I'd say this, like, look, still take a three-step drop. Get it? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now bounce and throw. Or now come off that third step and throw. Junior says, "I hate that football is involved in the shotgun almost every play." For many teams, yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. And I love, but we know that Ben, more than 50% of the time, he's under center, has his quarterbacks under center. Or Jared Goff was under center that last couple of seasons, over 50% of the time. And that's because he runs the ball. I'm talking Ben Johnson. He runs the ball. So play action pass, it's so much easier to play action pass, more effective when you're under center because your back is to the defense. You see the ball being extended to the running back. That has to be respected. A hell of a lot more than if you get in a snap and you ride the guy. No, did he? You ride the running back into the hole as his own read. So I'm looking forward to getting Caleb broken down to the fundamentals. Because I'll tell you what, if Caleb gets the fundamentals down, holy shit, what this guy can do. Holy shit, what this kid will be able to do. Because it all starts there. It all starts with the defense. When you get every advantage you have, you take advantage of. And if that means on play action passes, you hold the defense, you hold the linebackers for 1 second. They come in, oh, it's a pass. They drop back. Guess what? That half a second can open a window. That half a second can allow a guy to get by, to get open. Real Bears fan says, in the past 25 years, there have been 530 quarterbacks with 100 attempts in a season. Caleb is ranked 520th at completion percentage, throwing over 10 yards of air time. 35.6% on throws over 10 yards. Okay. So he's 520th, and his percentage was 35.6 over 10 yards. What's 5 to 12? I'm not sure what that means. You're going to have to push the ball downfield. And I'll tell you what, the best way to do that is to run the ball. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. So now when you do play action pass, those linebackers are sucked in big time. They're in no man's land because they're going to have to get back into their drops, into their zones. At that point, receivers are there. Caleb has wide open windows. So Caleb's going to have to do a better job, Real Bears fan. He's going to have to do a much better job under center. Okay? His footwork is going to be key. For a quarterback, footwork is everything. And his fundamentals when it comes to footwork is going to have to be flawless. Because if he gets to that point, this kid can be really, really special. Really, really special. You got DJ. You got Rome. You got Cole. Who knows what other else tight ends we get? Who knows what other wide receivers we get? Got DeAndre Swift coming out of the backfield. Who knows what other running backs we get coming out of the backfield? Who knows? Who knows what other weapons this young man's going to have? Rick says Caleb has no excuses. The Bears have done just about everything to make him great this year. I believe in Caleb. I don't know if he'll be great this year. I think this year he should be on the trajectory to be great. I think next year he should be great. Like if he's not great this year, but we see the signs, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But next year, 2026, I expect him to be great. So I'm not looking past 2025 because we got a whole season. Haven't even started yet. Real Bears fan, the Caleb call needs to take the blinders off and see how bad he was last year. He was bad, but it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. He was helped out by the great receiving core. 3,500 yards in the air is 3,500 yards. It's still 3,500 yards. In the turmoil, maybe something he caused, but the turmoil with him and Shane Waldron. Okay? There's a couple of things that Caleb's got to do. One's got to get rid of the ball. Or run, one or the other. If no one's open and the receiver over by the sideline, throw that sucker in the first or second row. Right over his head. Or run. Run to move the chains because that'll make this offense even better. Dude passed for the most yards as a rookie in history, in Bears history. He passed for the top 5 most yards in Bears history. Yeah, Chris Foster thinks he sucks. Comical. Let's not get. I don't want everyone to get a little crazy. I know, Shorty, you're a very passionate Caleb fan, just as I am a very passionate Justin fan. We got to keep our emotions out of it. He was bad at a lot of things. He was good at some things as well. Let's keep it a buck. Kid's talented, and despite the fact his talent was gonna come through, his ability to extend a play, we saw it, but also asked quite a few times, holding on to the ball too long. So he's got to do something. And I think Ben Johnson will help him understand, I got to get the ball out or I got to run. And personally, I'd rather him run. And that's the thing I hope Ben Johnson tells him, run and get down. We don't need you to run like Justin Fields. You're not Justin Fields. You're not 6'3", built like a stallion who can run by people. You're 6'1", under 6'2", who's athletic enough to make a play and to run, so use it. And that's got to be Ben's biggest thing, because I think his confidence was shot last year. I think he was shell-shocked. I'm talking about Caleb Williams. He was shell-shocked that he didn't have the success that he wanted. He had success, don't get me wrong. But again, when you're throwing to Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, and Keenan Allen, and Cole Kmet, you should have some success. You should have some success. because that's one hell of a wide receiving room. Wide receiver, tight end room. But the things he's got to work on, the things that he has to work on can make him go from good to great. To great. So how much is he going to pay attention? That we're going to have to find out. That's going to be a very fluid situation week to week. I think weeks 15, 16, 17, and 18, we should see a much better Caleb, a much more comfortable Caleb, and it might happen sooner. I'm not saying it has to happen 15, 16, and 17. No. Or 18. I'm just saying at that point, it should happen. It could happen earlier. But that's the fun part, watching this young man grow. He's got a number one receiver. He's got a number one receiver in waiting, in his buddy that he likes to force the ball to in Roma Dunze. They've hooked up quite a few times in some big plays. So you got some familiarity. You got some comfort with your receiving core. Now let's tighten it up. Can he tighten it up? Because if he does, I'm telling you, people think I hate Caleb. I don't hate Caleb. I've never, ever shit on his abilities. His talents are crazy. Extremely talented young man. Real Bears fan says Ben knows he needs the ball out of Caleb's hands, so go got great running, great run blocking line. Now, yes, he did. He did. Shorty says, Michonne, some people just hate other people because of their own reasons. Like me, I hated Geno Smith for basically no reason. No, I give the kid major credit. And I'm excited to see what running back they take. That's what I'm really excited about. To pair them with DeAndre Swift. It's a miracle that Caleb did what he did with the worst coaching staff in the league and an O-line that never played healthy starters at one time. You adjust. You adjust, and your squad helps. Let's not get it twisted. Justin Fields had a shit offensive play callers. 2 years. 1 year he had over 1,000 yards rushing. To go with his 2,000 plus yards receiving, those yards matter too. He did a lot of good stuff too. I commend Caleb for what he did last year. I commend him. But you had teammates that could pick you up. You had teammates that would get open. You had teammates that are veterans that were really good, some even great at what they do. Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. That helps a lot. Let's keep that a buck. King Booker wants us, Chris or Shawn. What Chris means is the Bears went and got a better running blocking O-line, so they don't have to have Caleb pass the ball because according to Chris, he can't. Real Bears fan says yes. I don't think he can. He can't pass the ball. I didn't say that. I think there's room for improvement, and I think the running game is going to help him. He needed to work on passing. And I don't know if that's just if he saw ghosts. I don't know what the situation is, but he can pass. But the thing now is he's got to pass in structure. In structure, he's got to pass. 1, 2, 3, throw. 1, 2, 3, bounce, throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, throw. Yeah, no, not you, Shawn. Chris thinks he can't pass or improve. Well, that's just silly. Everybody can improve. Everybody can improve. And I don't know if you heard of this, but coaching matters. And the coach that they got now is going to allow him to improve, which is vital. From 520th, easy to move up from. Yeah, it is. Cornelius says, I noticed in the simulators that Quinshon Judkins is now projected to go early in the second round, around pick 37. He might end up being a first-round pick. Possible. Rick says, Ben will scheme open our wide receivers better than what we had last year. Okay, maybe. Chris just has an issue with him because he paints his nails. Still not a fan of that, but whatever. Win games for us, we're good. Chris says, that's a 10th. That is a 10th of a problem I have with him. But I mean, I think we all want him to do well because that means our Bears are going to do well. We all want our Bears to do well, period. And it starts today. Okay, they're in meetings, they're working out, they're rehabbing. I love it. I love it. I'm excited about it. I wish I could be at Hallis Hall. A football season, remember, be here. Remember I told you be present every single time? Let's enjoy this now. Enjoy them getting back in town. So if you head out, you might see him this weekend. Who knows? Who knows? That's dope. Cam set the record for a rookie for consecutive games without throwing an interception. Yes, it's true. But now we're number picking. Now we're picking and choosing because he also took 68 sacks instead of throwing the ball away. So I mean, yes, that's nice, but let's keep it a buck. Let's be real. When he does something good, let's praise him for it. When he does something bad, let's critique him for it. And that's what I'm doing. And some people got mad. And real bad, Chris, you're not lying. Hard to throw interceptions when you always throw a line of scrimmage passes, or when he did go deep, you missed your wide receiver by 15 yards, hard to pick him off. Well, a lot of his passes were short. And I remember someone else had the numbers on his passes 0 to 5 yards. There were a lot of them. 0 at the line of scrimmage, at or behind the line of scrimmage, or line of scrimmage 0 to 5 yards. There was a lot of passes that came up through of that nature last year. Now they got to push the ball. And don't come at me with the offensive line, because there were plenty of times that he had plenty of games. He had plenty of time. Or when you step up and replace the pressure where it comes from, you have time you bought time. But Shawn, I couldn't agree with you more. He said there are a lot of positive and negatives in Caleb's play last year. Yes. So whatever side you want, you can pick and choose the good ones, or you can pick and choose the bad ones and ride either side you want. The one thing that I think we're all excited about is Ben Johnson making those positive plays a lot more bountiful than the negative plays. I'd agree with you to a point, Chris. Got the line now to run the ball. Can't even throw half as many times for us to win games. I say this year, next year, yes. Yes. Yes, completely. But as he gets comfortable with that system, maybe toward the end of next year in year 3 in this system, Caleb will be the reason that we win games. I think that the purpose, and here's what you have. Here's where his ego's got to check in. He's got to check it out. He's got to check out or check his ego at the door. That's what I meant to say. Let them win with you right now. Bears need to win with Caleb right now. Middle of next year and into year 3, the Bears will win because of Caleb. And that's okay if Caleb isn't the reason we're winning now. It's okay. As long as he's got the fundamentals down, his decision-making is better, and we see it, and we see a progression every game. Because the only way you get better at playing football is playing football. You can do all the simulations you want and watch all the film you want, but you got to get out there when live bullets are flying and make the right decision. And all of us Bear fans hope that Ben helps Caleb make better decisions. Junior says, I remember Caleb missed a lot of open wide receivers in the Arizona game. Yes, he did. In the end, positively outweighs negative. Yeah, because the trajectory's up. Like real Bears fans said, 520 out of 530 is the only place you can go is up. You don't think so? Mr. Shorty says, I'm not sold on the O-line improvement. Too many past injuries. Well, JonahJackson's really the only one. Oh, Dahlman's coming off the ankle. I hear you, but they should all be 100%. Should all be 100%. And with that, I think they'll be able to move people. With that, I think they're going to be able to move the ball. With that, they're going to be able to eat up clock. With that, play actions are going to be awesome. And let's not forget Grady Jarrett on that D-line. No, I did not forget, Shorty. Not at all. Not at all. So we got a lot to look forward to. All right, it starts today, the off-season program. Guys are meetings, rehabbing, working out, hitting the weight room. Beautiful. Well, listen, man, 2 hours is come and gone. I told you it was going to go fast. We had a lot to talk. 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys for keeping the chat lit again today. Great stuff, peoples. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love and the support, man. I really do. Lakina and Sid are coming out at 12:10. All right, for another 2 hours of Chicago sports. You know, Shawn, I mean, I'm worried about Grady Jarrett's injury history. He wasn't injured that much. But this will replay tonight at 6. So do me a favor. Let your loved ones know you love them, because tomorrow is promised to no one. Make sure you send a text, a voice memo, whatever, to somebody that you haven't talked to in a minute. Set up a brunch, a lunch, dinner, drinks, whatever. Both of you will be very happy. All right? Well, listen, I got to run. I got to go pick up the warden from CrossFit. Again, this will be replayed at 6. At 12:15, you got Second City Sports. Make sure you tune into that. For everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal day. It's going to be a little cool today, but that's okay. Beautiful day. The fact that you're watching me now shows that you're on the wake-up list, and it should make it a great day for you. Remember, attitude of gratitude. All right, guys, your boy, the SuperBack. I am